Hi friends, good afternoon. Hope all of you are doing really good. So I just first of all, I'm not driving right now. I parked my vehicle on the side. So I just thought I'll make a quick video on call and put options. A lot of students have been requesting me to explain a little bit about call and put options. Let's take example of a recent episode that happened yesterday. L&T is going to buy the shares in Mindtree, okay, and they will be buying around 20% stake, and they're paying 980 rupees for every share of Mindtree. Okay, so Mindtree right now is trading around 930 940 rupees, and they are buying the stake at 980 rupees, which makes it a premium of 40 rupees. Okay, so let's just I just gave you a situation. Now let's assume that basically you as a trader were always aware of this happening, this buying of stake going to happen, and you were keeping close check on this and waiting for the news to come out officially. Yesterday evening after market closed, okay, which is at 3:30, this news was made official that the company L&T will be buying 20.5% stake in the company, and they will be paying 980 rupees per share. You as a trader now feel, okay, so I am going to explain it logically, call and put options, how to use them. So I assume this, that you have basic knowledge of call and put options. I'm just taking one example to explain the concept in a little more detailed manner. So let's assume that you as a trader feel that the price which Mindtree has got for the share, okay, that stake, what has been sold, 20% stake has been sold by some Mr. Siddharth. He has sold his stake to the company, and you feel that 980 is not a good price to bargain for. They could have bargained for a better price, and so this makes you bearish on Mindtree. At the same time, you feel from L&T point of view, they have been able to bargain a good price. So for them, paying 980 is a good price, and they got a good stake in a good company. That's what you feel, okay, as a trader. So first of all, I have just set a platform that about two companies: one you are bullish, one you are bearish, because you feel L&T has been able to do a good deal by buying the shares at 980 rupees, but you feel Mindtree could have asked for a better price, which means Mindtree did not bargain properly in this deal. This is what you feel as a trader. Okay, now every trader, every speculator out there has their different way of looking at it, but you suppose have this kind of a thought process that Mindtree could have asked for a better price, and at the same time you feel that the L&T has been very smart in negotiating for 980 when the market price itself for Mindtree was 940 rupees, which means there's just a premium of 40 odd rupees. Okay, so this is the situation. Now what can be done is, like, suppose I am talking about two markets. Number one, we know that there is a cash market, equity cash market, where I can do trading of shares, and there is a derivative market. In derivative market, there are futures which you can do, there are options that can be done. Right now I'm just trying to give you a simple application of options. Now what happens is, let's suppose that you want to, suppose I am saying you are bullish on L&T, right? You are bullish on L&T. So what can be done is that L&T is right now trading, let's say, around 1350 rupees. So 1350, 1400 is the range of price. So suppose at 1400 you want to buy the share in the cash market. You are bullish, so you want to buy in the cash market. Now I have told you very clearly this earlier also, that in cash market, if you buy the shares, then sir, you have to make payment. So 1400 rupees if you have to pay, and suppose if you want to buy 100 shares, you will end up paying 1,40,000 rupees. Correct? My calculation is correct. Yes, 1,40,000 rupees for 100 shares, which means if you want to buy 200 odd shares, you end up paying around 3 lakh rupees, right? 2,80,000 to 3 lakh rupees. So I don't have so much money to pay. And given that I am a speculator, so the intention is not to hold the shares for a long time. I just want to hold these shares for a short period of time, make some appreciation gains, and then exit the market. That is the whole idea. So if you are a speculator, number one. Number two, if you don't have a lot of money with you, okay, so you can't take delivery in the cash market, and we don't want to do trading of 10, 15, 20 odd shares. We want to do in a good quantity. So alternatively, what can be done is, you will, rather than going in the cash market, you will go in the option market. In the option market, number one question is, is there an option available on L&T? The answer is yes. Number two, how many months of options are available? So technically speaking, there are 3 months options available. Right now we are in the month of March. So now March, April and May. These are the 3 options available in the market. Practically speaking, March options will be liquid. The April and May options trading will be very limited. Okay. Now what we will do is, because we are bullish on L&T, so what we will do is we will buy a call option. Whenever you are bullish, you buy a call option. So let me first define what is a call option. A call option is a right to buy. A call option is a right to buy the stock. Option will give you right to buy the stock in the cash market. It is just like a right to buy the stock. So how much is the price of L&T right now? 1340. You think the price will go above 1340 and it will touch around 1400 rupees. Let's assume you feel, because they have been able to buy the shares of Mindtree at a good price, so you feel that it will be able to touch 1400 rupees because they have been able to bag in 20% stake at a very low price, and Mindtree is a good company to invest in. This is what you think as a speculator, and you think in around 10 days the price of L&T, you are expecting it will go up. So you take a right to buy on the stock of L&T by taking this call option. This is what call option has given you, right to buy the stock of L&T. Let's say there is an exercise price of rupees 1340 available in the market. So 1340 is the price, that is exercise price at which you have a right to buy the stock of L&T, irrespective of the market price in the market. So you have taken the March call option on L&T, which has given you a right to buy every share of L&T for rupees 1340. That is the exercise price. What is the current spot price? Let's say current spot price is 1330, but that does not matter. What matters is your exercise price. What is your exercise price? Your exercise price is 1340 rupees. So you have a right to buy every share of L&T at 1340. So generally in call options, it will not be 1 share, 2 share, 3 shares. It will be basically the exchange will have some lot sizes. So for L&T, the lot size is 375 shares. So you have a right to buy 375 shares. You have to take 1 lot at least. You can't say I will take half a lot or 1.5 lots. No, you can take 1 lot, 2 lots, 3 lots, and every lot will have 375 shares. I hope till this part the story is clear to you. So you have a right to buy 1 contract. If we have taken, there are 375 shares of L&T in this. So rather than buying shares in the cash market, because you know in cash market buying 375 shares is more like a dream for us, because we can't pay so much. If you can pay so much and if you want to take delivery, then you go into the cash market, then you don't come in the options market. But if you don't want to take delivery and you still want to benefit from this upside movement in the share of L&T, then what will you do? You will take the call option. Let's suppose when you take this call option, which gives you a right to buy the share at 1340 rupees, then you have to pay the price for taking this call option. Okay, you have to pay the price for this call option. So call option price is basically called as premium. So I introduce my second technical term, that is premium. Let's assume that the premium is only 10 rupees for this particular call option. Let's assume that, okay, for sake of simplicity, because I'm not writing numbers anywhere. So let's assume that we have a premium of 10 rupees. So how many shares are there in this lot? 375 shares. 375 into 10 is how much, sir? 3750. So 3750 premium you have paid today, which gives you a right to buy the share of L&T for March month. Okay, March month means March is the maturity of this option. So before the end of March, precisely speaking, last Thursday of March we have to see. Before that time, anytime you have a right to buy L&T share at rupees 1340. One very important keyword I am using over here is right to buy. Right. Okay, so call option is a right to buy. When a trader will take a call option, when he is bullish on the price of the share. Okay, so you have taken a call option on L&T today. Okay, and you are expecting that in next 10 days price will go above 1400 rupees. Now see, 2 things can happen. From here on, the news was actually perceived as a good news from L&T perspective, that they have taken stake in Mindtree, which is a good news. So L&T price has gone up to 1400 rupees. Now you will feel very happy about it, because you have a right to buy L&T at how much? 1340. But how much is the price in the market, sir? Price in the cash market has gone up to 1400. But you have a right to buy at 1340. So what happens is when price has gone above 1340 and it has touched 1400 rupees, then you will benefit from this call option. How much is the benefit if I ask you? Suppose the price has become 1400, you have a right to buy the share at 1340. So you can exercise your right, and the share which is right now trading in the market at 1400, you have a right to buy that same share at 1340 rupees. Which means on every share you make a benefit of how much? 60 rupees is the total benefit which you make. 60 rupees. How much did you pay as premium, sir? 10 rupees. How much is your net benefit on every share? 50 rupees is your net benefit on every share. That is called as the profit from the option. 60 rupees is the difference between the market price and your exercise price. 60 rupees, 1340 and 1400. 60 rupees is the difference. 10 rupees premium you paid to enjoy this call option. And so 50 rupees becomes a net profit. This net profit multiplied with total number of shares in the lot, which is 375, that becomes a total profit. So this 50 into 375 is your profit in this particular transaction. Okay. Now, technically speaking, understand a couple of things. What happens is, suppose if instead of price going up, the price for L&T has come down. Suppose the price has come down to 1300. Then in that case, what will happen? See, I have a right to buy at 1340. But in the market, same thing has come down to 1300. In this case, sir, what will happen? I will let my option lapse because it is a right for me. So if it is a right for me, then it's my choice whether I want to exercise my right or not. So I will not exercise my right in this case. In this case, I will let the option lapse. I will not exercise my right. So because of which, what will happen? That there is nothing I am going to get from the option. Okay, so the payoff is zero. This is the third technical term I am introducing now, is the payoff. The payoff is zero. But because I paid a premium of 10 rupees to enjoy every option, the 10 rupees become my loss. So how much is my total loss? My total loss is 10 rupees into 375. That is 3,750. I have lost in this speculative transaction. But understand one thing, this 3,750 is the maximum loss you can suffer, because every time the price goes below 1340, I am not going to exercise my option. I hope this video is making sense to you. Okay, so now I'll just try to recall everything we studied so far. If I am bullish on a stock, then one simple thing I can do is in the cash market, I can buy this share. Generally, people who are investors will buy in the cash market by paying the price. But if I am a trader, I am a speculator, I am doing some news-based trading, then I will just try to make profits from some momentum. Momentum can be upside, momentum can be downside. If momentum is expected to be upside, then you are bullish basically, right? You know that you are bullish, and if you are bullish, it means you are expecting prices to go up. In such cases, out of two options available in the market, one is call, one is put, you will always buy the call option. What is call option by definition? Call option by definition is a right to buy. You have a right to buy the stock at a given price. That given price is called as exercise price. Options do not give you delivery. There is no delivery of shares in the options market. You only get the difference of the amount. So the price at which you have a right to buy is called as exercise price, and then this price is compared with the price which is prevailing in the market, and then it's a choice with you because you have a right. So it's a choice with you whether you want to exercise or you want to lapse. If you exercise your option, it means you will get the difference of the money, because you only exercise when it is favorable for you. Like in my example, you have a right to buy L&T at 1340, but the price in the market has become 1400. So you will exercise and you will get 60 rupees difference. 10 rupees premium you paid earlier at the time of entering into the option contract. So 50 rupees becomes your profit. As I told you, every contract will have a defined lot size. So in this case, the lot size is 375 shares. So your total profit will be 60 minus 10. 60 is the payoff. 10 is the premium paid, 50 is the profit. 60 minus 10, 50 is the profit. 50 into 375 is the total profit. I hope this is making sense. I'll take one quick example again. Infosys right now is trading at 700. Okay, please participate. Okay, please try to answer it on your own. Infosys is trading at 700. Lot size is 1000. Company announced a buyback of shares at the rate of rupees 800. You are not interested in buying shares of Infosys, but as a speculator, you feel if company is going to do buyback of its own shares at 800 rupees, then this market price of 700 will also go up, because if company wants to buy back its own shares at 800, then the current price of 700 in the market you feel is underpriced and you think stock will go up. Question number one, Do you want to buy? Do you want to invest in shares of Infosys? Answer is no. If the answer is yes, then you will go in the cash market, and based on your capacity, you will make investment and buy the shares. Do you want to speculate? Answer is yes. In how many months you think Infosys will go up? You will say, I think Infosys will go up in 2 months. Right now we are in the month of March. So March, April, you think by end of April, stock will go up. So I will suggest that, okay, you are number one bullish. You say, yes, I am bullish. Okay, you are a speculator. Yes, I am a speculator. You think prices will go up in the month of April? You said, yes, sir, I think in April it will go up. So, okay, so 2-month option, 2-month call option on Infosys you can take. Which exercise price will you take? Let's assume you have taken 720 rupees exercise price. This exercise price basically in exams is given to you. Otherwise, practically in market, there are different exercise prices available. So you will choose, let's say you take call option on Infosys with April maturity, exercise price is 720 rupees. 720 rupees exercise price call means I have a right to buy call option. I have a right to buy the stock of Infosys at the rate of rupees 720 in the month of April. Okay, so basically before April, anytime you can exercise the option. Okay, but in India, practically we have only European options, so you can exercise them only on maturity. Okay, so now what happens is, let's assume that during this period of time between March and April, the price of the stock has, suppose during this period, has gone up to 780 rupees. So because I said that options are available in lot sizes, let's assume that the lot size of Infosys is 1000 shares. In one lot, you have to buy 1000 shares. Okay, so one contract you have taken and the lot size is 1000 shares. So you have taken a right to buy at 720. Price in the market has become how much? Price in the market has become 780 rupees. To buy this call option, suppose you paid a premium of 20 rupees. So you have a right to buy a share at 720, but the price in the market has gone up to 780. Has the price gone up? Answer is yes. Were you bullish on the stock? Yes. Are you now happy? Obviously you are happy, because something which is in the market trading at 780, you have a right to buy it at 720 rupees. So you will definitely exercise your option and you will get 60 rupees in this case. So 60 rupees is your payoff. Okay, the difference between the spot price in the market and the exercise price is your payoff. 60 rupees is your payoff. 20 rupees you paid as premium. So 60 minus 20 is 40. 40 rupees is the total net profit that you made from this. 40 into total lot size of one contract is 1000 shares. So your total profit is 40,000 rupees, which you will get at the time of expiry of the option. On the contrary, let's assume that Infosys would have come down to 650 levels. Then what will happen, sir? Because you have a right to buy at 720, but price in the market is 650. Why will you exercise your right to buy something at a higher price when the same thing is available in the market at a lower price? You will not exercise your right. So obviously in this case, option will lapse. I will not exercise my option. If I don't exercise my option, it means option has lapsed. If option lapses, my payoff is zero. But I suffered a loss, because loss is of the premium which I paid initially to buy this option. How much is the premium you paid, sir? You paid 20 rupees premium, sir. 20 rupees into 1000. 1000 was the lot size. So 20,000 is your total loss that you suffered on this. I hope you are clear with how call options work, how buying the call options work. I will soon make a video on put option also. We'll take up this Mindtree example only to understand how put options work. Okay, if you have any questions, I'll post this video on YouTube. Please leave your questions in the comments below. I will answer them as soon as possible. Okay, I hope this video helps. But listen, this video is, I should have told this in the beginning. Okay, this video is only for revision purpose. I have gone a little fast, I know this, because I have only taken example just to clarify if you still have any doubts. This is not for people who are listening to the call options video for the first time. Okay, so this is only for the revision purpose I have posted this video. Okay, I hope it helped, and if you want me to make more videos, please let me know. I will make them as and when I get time. Okay, keep learning, be hungry for knowledge, and God bless. Thank you.